you do a lot of hard work. You do a lot of research. You've been trying to acquire knowledge just for you to change from where you are to get where you want to be. Okay. Just for you to achieve your goals, just for your life to be changed. Okay. So that's the reason most of you are doing this research. Most of you are doing this hard work. Okay. But it's very important for you to understand uh this video right here. Why? Because there is an important understanding that you have to know about this principle I am going to show throughout this video. This principle is going to help you to see things a different way. Okay? Because even though you're working very hard, even though you are acquiring information, you've been reading books, you've been uh, in seminars and courses, if you do not have an understanding of this principle I'm going to show you, it's very important for you to see the truth of the reality. Okay, so you can start doing what it takes, so you can have what you want to have. Okay, so let's start with this. There are two type of factors. Okay, Myron Golden, I think also Jim will call them. We have two types. We have a contributing factor, contributing factor, and you have determining factor. Okay, so if you want to give them another name, we also call these always not video, but we always call these external factors. And we also call these internal factors. Okay? Now, you are going to work very hard. You are going to acquire knowledge without the chance of changing your life if you don't understand or if you're misplacing the understanding of each of them. Okay? What do I mean by that? The external factor, they, on any case, we always say they do not determine your future. Okay? Why? Because you do not have control over them. Okay? So they are always happening, neither at your advantage or disadvantage. Okay? So they are just happening. And these external factors, they build what we call the external life. Okay? So this external life is built by action reaction that are happening on the nature and action and reaction of other people. Okay? So there's no control over. Okay? And they are always moving. They are always changing. So we human beings, we need something stable. Okay? So we always need something stable in order for us to build something. Okay? So in order for you to achieve your goal, in order for you to have what you want, you must start the building, you must start the construction on something stable. Okay? So as soon as you are part of this person that are categorized as person that has a victimhood mindset. Okay, what is this victimhood mindset? People that are trying always to blame the external factors as the cause of the result that they have in their life. Okay? So as soon as you do that, what you are going to do is you are going to wait all the time for the external factor to move or to change on what you call favor in order for you to have what you want. Okay, so these are the kind of people that are part of the victimhood mindset. So what they do is they wish and they wait. Okay, so these are the kind of people that are wishing for things to change, that are wishing that they get a better job, that are wishing that they get a better business, and they do nothing about it. And what they do is they wait. Wait for what? For external factors to be changed in what we call their favor. Okay? And as soon as an external factor is not moving towards their advantages, what they do is they blame this external factor as the cause of the result. Okay? So they always blame the natural event or another person. Okay? So they always blame natural events that are happening or behavior, action, or reaction of other person. And the whole life is based on these external factors being changed. Okay? So we don't want that. So what we want for you to achieve what you need, what you want in life, is not by this victimhood mindset. Okay? So you must change this victimhood mindset to the creator mindset. Okay? But there is a trap here. On the creator mindset, most people don't achieve what they want, even though they want to create the life that they desire, the life that they want, is because the tool they are using to navigate the external factors is incorrect. I'm going to show you what I mean by all this so you can understand and implement this insight, which is going to be very helpful for you at the time that you're going to make a decision to change your life. Okay? So let me explain what I mean by all that. All right. So let's consider this example I'm going to give you here so you can understand what I was saying previously earlier in this video, so you can start implementing this insight, this knowledge into your life. So let's consider the external factors. External factors. Okay? We said that we do not have control over them. Okay? So for the purpose of this example, let's consider this external factor as the C. Okay? So let's assume this is the C. Right? So the C, which is a natural creation, there's no control over. Okay? Neither to make it calm, neither to do anything about. Now, the C, let's consider it in this example as an external factor. Now, what we do as human beings, in order for us to build something, okay, in order for us to make our life better, this is the reason we have goals. Okay, so in order for us to make our life better, okay, we try and always try to create things, to build things, okay, that can improve and make better. Okay, so on this particular example, we cannot build, we say earlier, we cannot build something or we cannot build anything at all on something that is not stable. Okay, so the external factor we say earlier, it's always changing. and moving. Okay? So what we say previously is there are people that have a victimhood mindset. So whenever they want a thing, whenever they have a goal, instead of trying to create what they want, what they do is they wish and they wait. Okay? So let's assume here we have the earth, and then here we have the earth, okay, which is a physical substance. And here we have the sea. So on the case of a person that has a victimhood mindset, that wish to go to this side to get either food to eat or animals to eat, like meat, what they do is they wait for the sea to calm down, okay? Or what they do is they wait for the sea to transport them to this side, okay? And when that doesn't happen, most of the cases not going to happen, what they do is they blame the external factor in that case, which is the sea, as the cause of the result. Okay? So, what does a person with a creative mindset do? What they do is they try to create the life they want. So they know that they want to go to this side to get these advantages, to achieve the goals. So they build. But for them to build something, they need something stable, not something that is moving all the time. So what they do is they try to understand what is happening and create a belief around. Okay? What do? They observe the patterns and they create a belief. Okay? So let's say that in that case, this person was observing the sea and say, okay, I see the pattern here. I see that the sea is always moving in that direction. So what if I build a boat that can get me there? So what this person do is he built a boat. Okay, so let's assume this is the boat. Okay, so what does the boat represent right here? The boat is the belief they create to navigate life. Why do they have to build a belief to navigate life? Because the belief is something stable. Okay? We always say on people that a belief is a reference point. Okay? So a belief that you have about yourself or the world is what determines who you can be, what you can do, and what you can have. Okay? So a belief is a reference point for you. This idea that you accepted as a truth, which became a belief, is what determines your life. Is what determines what is the kind of person I can be, what is the type of thing I can do, and what other type of thing I can have. Okay? So on our example, this creative person observed the patterns and create a belief. Okay? So this belief is what is going to help him or her navigate life, which is in that case the sea, which is an external factor, to get to the boat. Okay? Now what happened is sometimes the belief we created, because we always say that a belief is nothing more than an idea that you got from yourself or from the world. Okay? From yourself, it can be a thought that you've been processing over and over. Or from the world, it can be from a book that you've been reading, from a video, from another person. So this idea, what you do is you process it over time, to do that frequently, and you accept it as truth, and they become a belief. Okay? So this person, which is a creative person, what this person does is observe the patterns of the sea and understand that what he sees is a pattern. Okay, you have to have that in mind as well. But what he sees is a pattern, and then he create a belief about it. Okay. Now, since he has this belief created, which is the boat in that case, the boat is gonna help him navigate through that. But what happened is some of the belief that we have about ourselves or the world, they are not truth. Okay? So they are biased. Biased by what? By our environment, by our childhood, by our experiences. Okay? We have a video about bias. You can go ahead and check them out. So some of these beliefs are biased. What does that mean? That they are not true. Okay? So what could truth represent here on this example? Let's say that this boat has a hole on it. So either this person like it or not, if he does tap the hole, what is going to happen is water of the seas that are coming to the boat, and over time, you're gonna die without reaching his destination, without achieving his goal. Okay? So what is the truth here in the situation? That as soon as there is a hole on the boat, if not repaired, even though you believe it or not, the boat gonna lose the boat and you're gonna die. Okay? So this is the natural process. So some of our beliefs that we have, we must change them in order for us to achieve the thing that we need. So if we stick with it, even though we see and we understand that these type of beliefs are not working for us, in order for us to get the thing we want, in order for us to achieve what we want, if we are sticking with them, we are going to die in the process without achieving the goal, without improving our life. Okay? Because I know that belief can be so hard to be changed. Remember that we have two types of belief. We have the core belief and secondary belief. So we have a video about that. You can check it out too. But what I want you to understand today in this video is the fact that these beliefs that you have and you are stuck with them and you don't want to change them and you see that they are not helping you to get to the goal, to the improvement that you're looking for, sooner or later, you're going to die because of your desires, your goals, all going to die because of this belief. Okay? Because the belief, they are the tools that we use to navigate life. So each one of us has its own belief. Each one of us has its own truth. And what are these truths? Our perception of reality, our understanding of reality. If there's a hole on the boat, even though you believe it or not, water gonna come into the boat and you're gonna die. If the belief that you have about yourself and the world are not working for you to get to the goal that you want to achieve, if you're not willing to change that, your desire, your goals, they're all gonna die in the process. Okay? Because each of us, like we said, has own truth that we created and accept as truth. Okay? So belief can be changed, but this is a process. Okay? This is a process. So the core one, the one that you've been acquiring on your childhood, from 1 to 7 years old, this belief, what you're trying to do right now is you're trying to confirm that. You're trying to make sense of them. You're trying to defend them. You don't want to change them. And some of them are not going to help you towards your goal, and they must be changed. Now, this is the process, like we said. And if you're interested, I think that there's a link always in the description on the video. I always try to put it on the description of each video, where I have a course called the Framework of Change Mastery. Okay? What is that? This is a framework that we've built for people who want to implement the knowledge that they've been acquiring over the years, over the month, and they can't see result. So it's a framework that can walk them step by step to implement this knowledge, this insight into their life. Okay? So we help them break free from this harmful belief that they have, okay, that are avoiding them, that are preventing them from achieving their goals. So if you're interested, link is all in the description. But my advice for you for today, so we can end this video, is for you to take some time and observe yourself and see what are the beliefs that are preventing me from achieving the thing that I want in life. What are the ideas that I believe as truth for myself that are preventing me from achieving the goals, from achieving the thing that I set myself to achieve. So my advice for you today is to take some time and observe yourself. If necessary, or fill them out on a notebook and understand them. Where did you get them from? Okay? Because as soon as you are aware of these beliefs and understand them, they can be changed. Okay? Because you always react based on the content we say that we have on our subconscious mind. And the primary content we have on our subconscious mind is the belief. You don't act based on what you know. You act based on what you believe. What you believe determines how you act. What you believe determines how you behave. You can know a lot of things. You can acquire a lot of information. If you do not embody them, if you don't believe in them and act from them, there is no change at all that can be made on your life. Okay? So take some time, observe yourself, and do some work on your belief. Observe them and see the one that needs to be changed. And if you need help, again, link is always on the description. I hope this video helped you to change your life so you can improve the way that you've been living for so long.